Mark and I have been sitting out on the bench having a cup of tea. Been out there for a quarter of an hour, and it's really nice in the sun. I thought I'd come and have a look at the menagerie. I'm sure they've got red mice. She's really pale on her comb, and she is over the back there. And when I looked out the window earlier, they were down the garden where Ida is, basking in the sun, so I thought we'd come out and see them. Look at the sun on those red berries. You all right, Mrs. Sheep? You okay? She's been letting us stroke her head at night for quite a while. She likes to bury her head in your hand. If you just hold your hand down and she can push against it. It's what she used to do with her mama. They used to, after they'd finished butting heads, which they used to do, they used to push heads together. So it's really lovely in the sun, and then you get an odd haze going over, and it really changes the temperature. It's very warm indoors now. It's probably a bit too warm now we've been outside. So I bought a net mangeoire a couple of weeks back in Alliance Pastorale to put some hay in for Ida during the winter. She's got plenty of grass at the moment. And I just bought 2 or 3 packs of hay that you buy for guinea pig bedding, but it said on it was food, and it smelled good. It smells really good. I'm not sure she's eating it. It's not something she's used to, but it's there. I'll feel much happier over winter when the grass is probably not okay, or if we get a covering of snow and she can't get to the grass. I'll feel much happier knowing I've supplied her with an alternative. So my friend Lolo arrived. Well, I spoke to her last night and asked if she'd do a small bit of shopping for me, which she was happy to do. She said that she'd be available to do some shopping. So she came at about 9:30 with the shopping, which was really nice, really lovely. It wasn't much. It was toilet rolls, cough medicine for Mark, and a chocolate for us both because we've run out of chocolate. You've got to have chocolate. She prescribed 3 chocolates a day under the current circumstances. I'm quite happy with that. What are you going to do? Just stand down there or come up here, Ida? Huh? So, yeah, Mark, the cough medicine is for Mark. He's really not sleeping very well because of the coughing. In fact, it was me that got up last night. I just thought if I get out of bed and come down, he won't have to worry about me. But then about half an hour later, he followed me down, and then half an hour later, I went back up and slept. I've been using those gummies for sleeping that have got I can't remember now, melatonin in. Yeah, a couple of times I've used them the last week because it's quite handy if like Mark's disturbed me. It's quite nice to take those. They really help you get back off. I was looking at that earlier in the year, and I can't remember the colour of the leaves now. They were really quite different. I didn't recognise it. But looking at it now, I still don't recognise it. It's got that red bark on it. I really don't know what that is. It's a bit of an intrigue, isn't it? Maybe someone does know what it is. So all the chickens have gone in now because I've come down here. I'm going to go in and do a Mark vlog. He's making a Cromwell tank, and he said that he wants to do a vlog about that, so I should go and do that in a sec. Yeah, they're pale, and I'm sure it's not to do with the weather, the time of year. I don't remember my chickens going pale. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop this vlog or pause it and go and do some red mite measures whilst I'm here. So I have painted that Brocade oil on a lot of the roost, concentrating on the nooks and crannies. It's sort of very tar-like. It looks like coal tar, but isn't. Very rough, but it's a start. And then I've gone over that and sprinkled diatom on top of that, and then I have thrown diatom down onto the straw where they scratch around, and then thrown corn down, which she's just realised they're eating. Thrown corn down so that they scratch around in it more, pick some up, and I managed to chuck diatom on them. Not much, but you know, it's a start. And I'm down here, and next time I'm down here, in the next couple of days, I'll do it again. I haven't felt well enough, but I obviously feel well enough because I've done it. I'm really pleased. It's amazing how those tiny little jobs that need doing, it's pleasing when they're done. I said to you, didn't I, the other day, I cleaned the two windows in the kitchen, the doors in the kitchen. Yesterday I cleaned the sink. That really needed doing. I might add, we don't eat out of the sink, so it's not desperate, but I cleaned the sink. So now when I go and I tip something down or throw something in the sink, it's really nice to see it properly cleaned. So that was my small achievement for yesterday. I've been I watched a woman make sourdough using the dough setting on her bread machine, and I'm thinking of doing that next. Maybe not today, but I'm thinking I might do that because it means that I can leave the bread machine to get to a point where then I just have to take it out and prove it, do its main master proof, bulk proof, and then shape it, put it in a banneton and get it ready for the next day for cooking, which is really simple. So I might do that. So start making sourdough again. I might do that. What's the time? It's about 4 o'clock, I think. I don't think I'll do it today. Might do it tomorrow morning, depending on how I feel. I'm having quite a slow start in the mornings. But I do feel that I am improving. Mark isn't. Poor Mark. I was talking to Laurence at the gate, and I remembered, and I'll have to look for it, that there is a physiological reason that men feel colds and flus and things like this worse than women. There's that whole joke about, man flu, but actually there's a physiological reason that men actually do feel worse than women. So I need to go look that up. I think I've read it sometime last year. So he is feeling rough. He's not very happy. He has just brought a load of wood in though, because we both had a sleep after lunch, and then I came down and I said, I'll make a cup of tea. which we can have outside, but you need to bring wood in, does overload that trolley. I tried to pull it in to help, and it was just too loaded. So anyway, we've got 2 days worth of wood in again now, and a lot of wood left. We're really well off for wood, so we're lucky, and we're well off for food, and we're well off for toilet rolls at the moment. Anyway, I thought you might like a change from looking at me sitting at a table at my desk. That's the update from the menagerie. Well, apart from Jazz. Oh, I'm going to go and find her. I'm going to pause you and go and find Jazz. There she is. Are you in the sun? Are you? You sunbathing? Obviously, it's winter, and she's spending a lot of time indoors. And she's spending a lot of time with Mark. Every time he sits down, she's on his lap. And if she's not on his lap, she's laying on his desk as close as she can be to him. I see you. There.